Hey guys, how's it going? This is the nail art tutorial I have to show you today. This was inspired by Katy Perry's dress to the MTV Video Music Awards 2012. You can Google it, otherwise I will probably also have a photo on my Facebook that's linked with this tutorial, or maybe I'll put it on my blog as well. You can find links for my Facebook and my blog underneath the description box below this video. And yeah, I think it's really gorgeous. I would actually maybe skip the last step, which was the red glitter. But other than that, it takes some time to do, but not too much skill, because you can kind of just cover it up with a little bit of glitter or shimmer polish. So if you want to know how to do this design, then just keep watching. Okay, so we're going to start with our base coat. I'm using OPI's Natural Nail Base Coat. And you're going to apply this all over your nail. Again, this is to help protect your nails from staining and also to help your nail art last longer. So just do this to all of your nails and allow it to dry, and then we'll start with our base color. Now that our base coat has dried, we're going to grab the cosmetic sponge, and we're going to use either like a gunmetal gray or some sort of off black color, and I'm using this color by Zoya, and it's called Edyta. So we're going to apply this polish onto the sponge, and we are going to lightly sponge that over the entire nail. It doesn't have to be perfect. Once you've done this to all of your nails, I'm going to clean up all of my cuticles with some nail polish remover on a Q-tip, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so I've cleaned up my cuticles and just given that a minute to dry. I'm just going to grab a piece of scrap paper here and some black nail polish. I'm using American Apparel Hassid. I am going to just put a splotch of that on my paper and move it off to the side. And I'm just going to grab a medium-sized detail brush. It doesn't have to be too fine. And I'm going to start painting my nails with this black. And you can do kind of any sort of shape that you want. I'm going to just make sure I've got a good line around my cuticle. And then after that, I'm going to make sure I leave some blank spots so you can see the Edyta underneath, but it can go in any sort of pattern. I'm actually going to go in with a finer detail brush just to give a nice point to some of these. Okay, and there really is no guideline that I'm using here in order to get these to fill in the black. Just kind of do whatever you think feels nice. I'm kind of going for something with a little bit more of a filigree look. So I am trying to kind of like curl the ends or have some sort of detail like that that will be kind of visible. But don't think too hard on that, because it's not the end of the world if it's not super beautiful. So I'm just going to do that on the rest of my nails, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with a spotter brush. I'm actually just going to use it as a detail brush. It's this skinny one by American Painter, size 5-0. And I'm going to go in with a teal, and this is American Apparel in the Valley. I'm going to put a dab of that on my paper. And I'm going to go in and start drawing sort of viney leaves. And this is going to just simply be overlaid on top of the design that I have previously. So we'll start with the vine. And you don't necessarily have to have a vine on every nail, but that's just how I'm going to do this one. Now that I've finished that on all of my nails, I'm going to go over that teal with another shimmery one. And this one is Clean Color, and it is called Metallic Jungle. And I know some of you are going to be asking, what do I do to my thumb? I have not done anything to my thumb, but you can do a very similar design, just use your own creativity and your imagination. Or if you want, you can simply also just repeat whatever a design that you have, like on your pinky or on one of your other fingers, and just repeat that design on your thumb. So I'm just going to go over really quickly what was this color called? The Valley with this teal, just to give it a little more life. You don't have to go over all of it, just wherever you want. Probably just give at least a couple of swipes of shimmer in at least every sort of major teal area. So let's go on to our next step. Next we're going in with my accent flower or leaf or detail, whatever you want to call it. I'm using Angeline by American Apparel, and this is just going to be a bright pink or a red, whatever kind of color you want. I'm just going to dab that onto my same piece of paper where I've dabbed my blue and my black. And grabbing that same detail brush, if I can find it, and I'm just going to do the exact same thing I did with the blue, except I'm only going to do it in one area. On each nail, one area per nail. And it can be as big or as little as you want it to be. So on the first nail I kind of just did like a little patch. On this one I'm going to do more of like the outline of a flower, a couple of petals. Okay, so I'm just going to clean my brush and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, and we are almost done. I'm going to take this red glitter. This is Color Club's The Art of Seduction. It's coming out really dark looking there, I think. Okay, so I'm just going to put some red on my scrap paper. And again, I'm going to go in with that same detail brush and I'm going to go over where I put the pink with the red glitter. And this is just going to do the same thing as the teal shimmer did on the regular teal polish. Just going to add a little bit of sparkle. And because this is glitter and not, it's glitter in a clear base, I'm going to be a little less accurate about where I put it, and I might even like fill in some of the petals like this, just because it doesn't have to be super accurate. There. And we'll do the last one here. Again, for your thumb, just use your own creativity or just use one of the designs that you came up with for one of your nails and just apply that exact same design onto your thumb. And that is it. I'm going to wait for this to dry and then apply my top coat. Okay, and that is the final design. I'm going to apply my top coat now that I've given it a minute to dry. And I'm using Sally Hansen's Insta-Dry Anti-Chip Top Coat, my favorite top coat of all time. This will help smooth out any bumps in your brushwork and will help seal in your design and make it last longer. So if you guys enjoyed this tutorial, I think this one is really pretty. It does take a little bit of time, but really not that much skill, because if you mess up, you can kind of just blend it in with the glitter or the shimmer polish and it will look just as gorgeous anyway. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.